Hey, welcome back, and welcome to 114.2, which has actually been out for a bit, but I took some time off. Partly because this came out and, good, and then there was talk of 114.3 coming out fairly quickly, but it hasn't. First this got delayed a bit, and then, I don't know, here we are in June at this point, which is okay. I've actually been doing survival maps with Hunter. When throughout in May we did Ocean Block, but in 114, and then 114.1, 114.2, and at the moment we're doing. I went back to that Skyblock map I did a couple years ago, the one with Chester. Kicked that up to 114.2, I guess is what it's in. And that's entertaining. A few things don't work correctly. The Ocean Block one was a real mess because, it comes with a complimentary pumpkin, except it's not. It's a jack-o'-lantern, so I can't get seat. I eventually just gave up on it. I was trying to get a trader to show up with pumpkins for me. Anyway, here we are in this, and I optimized it before I started, for 114.2. I think it's better. Seems like it is. What's my frame rate actually look like? Well, 9. Okay, so that could be better than it is. I'm recording at 30 though, so that's cool. Let's see, let's look at the wall of to-do. What was I going to do? It's been a little while. Yeah. Okay, that's a big project that I could do. That's a big project. I optimized it, maybe we're done. That's not even nearby. That'd be fun. Maybe. And yeah, that was related to, I thought I put Genocide on the list, maybe not. I did fix that, and I don't know, I guess it didn't save, I don't know what to tell you. Well, I don't think we're too far back. Yeah, I was talking about just going in and slaughtering all these, because they're... Why do I have arrows on me, by the way? I guess it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out later. What do I have on? Just a sort of junk. Huh. These guys suck. We have... a lot of them are just, hey, let's charge money because we're mad at you. We have nitwits, which aren't even a thing anymore, that... The other maps I've been doing, I just never get them. I think these are just holdovers. Why is there meat in here? That doesn't help anyone. A lot of just... You guys are like the dead pixels of villagers. But, yeah, invariably... That should be 20, right? Yeah, he's just... They're gouging me and I can't figure out why. Let me, keep an eye on what time it is. I'm really putting some real thought into just killing these people. Because I should have, assuming these guys are still here. I have, and these guys are actually pretty good. Well, they're locked up because they don't have workstations. And they're holdovers from basically 111. Which is neat. Yeah, I have a couple of breads to, I don't know why the hell I have meat on me. Let me just, is there anywhere I can put this, or is this all filled in? Come here a minute. Squids, wow. I haven't seen squids lately because the maps we've been doing were, based on flat worlds, which, sea level is like 0, so you never see squids or fish in the water or anything. Which does help a bit with lag. But on the other hand, let me just ditch whatever. I don't care about most of this stuff right now. I'll care more later. Don't care. And that'll make it, there's that row of hoppers. You can watch, they'll just start, well, actually turn around and show you that they're going away. Well, and also shards, apparently. But they should. Yeah, there goes one. Okay. So I've got the food to repopulate. I've got a couple of guys to repopulate from. What I haven't worked out is, do I want to keep them where they are? Well, okay, I guess, oh, right. Step one would be actually just slaughter everything. That sounds like a lot of fun. Then you're in boats, right? I could move you easily enough. Like, at worst, I would need a couple of pistons, 3 or 4, to push your boats up over the wall. That really might be... Because there's just so much going on in here that's of no use to anyone. We got overcharging guys. We've got nitwits. We've got mating going on. That's interesting. Got kids. I always like killing kids. I think we could just kill these guys. Partly because having killed them, we could have a better look around in here and make sure. I'm not sure. Well, it might help to look at what we have. I mean, that's obviously farmers. Are those more farmers apparently? Librarians. A lot of farmers. I may have overbuilt farmers just to like they're all. Oh no, I remember they were all farmers, and I've been yeah. Okay, let's do that. That would be reason again to start over. Just you know, rain hell from the sky, and I don't think there's anyone worth keeping. Because even if there were, he'd probably get mad at me. I don't think those two are going to care in the bunkers. All right. Alright, let's kill them all. Let Notch sort them out. Bye! This may take a minute. And it's also going to wreck my sword, and I'm not going to get experience. Well, I'll trade with whatever that replaces this whole bunch, and this is almost boring. The problem is there's lag still, even though I optimized. It's being a bit... Well, it's 19. I mean, it's not good, but... It's certainly, it's like, for all the frame rates okay, these guys in particular are lagging, and therefore they're not dying quickly, they're just sort of, well, you see what's happening. Die more. Has anyone died yet? I don't even know. I'll never find out. I can't just, in a world like this, I can't really hit F3 and see what the number is, because there's so many fish and things around. I mean, I could have a mod, I suppose, that tells me how many are in a village, but... Yeah, I think we just kill them all. This may take a few trips, or I'm not even sure if any of these guys are dying behind me. Maybe. The sword is doing what to them? Fire aspect 2. Is that as good as that gets? I'm trying to think if we can get a bigger... I probably don't have the... Well, I have 104 experience points, so I could do a lot of things. But I don't know if we can cram anything heavier onto the sword. I think it might be done. And, yeah, then we can replace some of these, like a lot of these, composter thingy. Yeah, you guys didn't even die. That's just boring. You could probably use the bow. It's just the sword is going to be easier to, you know, mend. Depending on how I get experience to mend things. Like if I kill things, the sword will be easier to regenerate. If I just trade with people, it's not going to make any difference. I can use whatever I want. I just think the bow would also be slower, technically. I'd have to keep stopping and, you know, pulling the string back. You guys are immortal. Wow. You know what I could do? Like, there's no terribly important reason why I couldn't. Let's just see what I don't know offhand. I'm going to have to shift or something. I can't even do that. Oh, because I don't have it. Hang on a minute. Oh, he finally died. Do beds catch on fire? I don't remember. I don't think anything's much happening. I'm not sure that's faster, honestly. Oh, it's going to hurt me now. Okay, never mind. Go back to the sword. We know the sword works. It just takes time. I saw one die because it was on fire before I got the lava out. mating in the middle of this. Well, I guess crises lead to something. Celebration of survival or some boring emotional... I don't know. I die, all of you. This episode is rated PG-13. I'm not sure what the rules are on that anymore. I can tell you what I know. PG-13 means there's no blood, simulated or otherwise. These days in 2019. Go back to like 1971 or so. Whenever it came out. The Andromeda Strain. You know, first of all, go watch the film. Pause this. Go watch the Andromeda Strain. And then when you come back, I'll mention that was rated G. That's how far we've fallen. People are just hilariously fragile these days. There's something wrong when the boomers of all people had the what's that? Oh, did I do that? I probably did. Anyway, yeah, you know, Jaws was PG because the teenagers in it were from a generation that, absurdly enough, being peacenik, hippie, whatever the hell they were, had more tolerance for abuse, psychological abuse, seeing unpleasant things. Oh well. Is everyone going to die soon? I would like that very much. Nitwits to get to die, that's for sure. I'm gonna use up my sword entirely. Can I don't know if this, I might just like see what he has for, yeah. What if I shift, no, okay. Thought I could just directly set him on fire, but maybe not. Oh, they're throwing bread at each, oh, because I'm reducing their numbers. Do I, yeah, good. Well, that's great, because that means I have the means to repopulate. We will rebuild. First, I just have to, you know, Nazi my way through and stormtrooper these people to death. Hi, I am the sole member of the secret police. Oh yeah, don't these kids are going to be grown up and tall enough to hit with a sword. I could do it now, I just have to lean down, and there's something I hate more than having to lean down. I like hide things on the shelf above the fridge just to get revenge on people that keep putting stuff down or building, you know, beneath my knees. Die, all of you. More bread, goody. Am I like full? No, almost, but no. This is just weird. Serious. You guys had all this bread all along. You waited until now to freak out. No! Oh, man. First they came for the librarians. I said nothing. I threw bread at people. Come on. Just die, though, more. I'm a little annoyed how long this is taking. You know, the first PG-13 film that I saw, to my knowledge, in 1984 was Red Dawn. I blame the rating system for that. But for that, I'm not sure anyone would have bothered seeing it. They certainly wouldn't have remade it later. What a goofy film. You know, it wasn't until recently I found out that was based, or meant to be based. I don't know where they filmed it. I don't know if they know where they filmed it. It was a ridiculous film. I mean, the original, the sequel, the remake, the one where, you know, in an effort to not offend anyone who might buy stuff from you, they decided the enemy was North Korea, and then furthermore decided that North Korea even had, like, planes. But, oh, yeah, I don't know whether the remake was supposed to happen, no one cared. You know, for years, from 1984 until recently, I don't know why, I guess it was the whole Wolverines thing. I got the impression from somewhere that Red Dawn, like, mostly took place in, somewhere, you know, Wisconsin or something. I don't know where I got that, because I don't think Wisconsin has a lot of mountains. Yeah, it was apparently based in, like, rural Colorado somewhere. The town of Wolverines, I don't know what it was. town was? I don't even care. Gunnison or something. That was that alien thing. The Predator alien. I've been to Gunnison. It's not Gunnison. It doesn't look like that. Sort of like when you watched, you know, when was it Mick Garris who did The Stand back in like 1994? It's like, hey, welcome to Boulder, but they had a problem at the time because Denver Metro, well, Colorado in general, of all places, were being, you know, weird gay panic, whatever the hell. So they filmed it in. Figure this out. You know, Denver, which is effectively the city in Colorado. Everything else is either a suburb of Denver, or, and I'm including Boulder, of course, or, well, there's Colorado Springs, but we don't talk about that. Or, you know, it's just nothing. It's all stuff, and it's pine trees and mountains and plains, and but as I understand it, because the state of Denver, as it were, lacked enough tolerance for gay people. This is back in the 90s, so I mean, it wasn't. There was more normalcy, normality to being homophobic, I suppose. Like it was more mainstream. It was less mainstream to be allied, whatever you want to call it. So they remade Boulder somewhat badly in Wyoming. You know, a couple of years before, was it Shepherd who got tied to a fence with like baling wire and then beat to death or left to freeze or whatever happened. That's 1997 or so. It's been a while. I don't remember the details. Oh, sure. Escape by sleeping. I will. Can I kill you in your bed? No, probably not. Bright side, there should be room for me to take a nap. So. Are we? Oh, okay, they're still eating. Thought we had to let out lag. How is the lag doing? What are we up? Well, with everyone asleep, it shouldn't make a 16, 17. Not good. Not great. Okay. Oh, it is not. You lie. By what? I'm looking at the bed. There's nothing in it. The next PG-13 film I saw. I don't know why I remember actually like the order of it, and just that way. The next one was Night of the Comet, which I've heard from Catherine Murray Stewart of all people that someone is setting out to remake that now, which I don't know if that's going to work. Partly I'm looking at the remake of Red Dawn. It's like, guess what doesn't work? You can't remake a film that's just, you know, 80s-tastic and expect anyway. I get that people are nostalgic, mostly people who weren't even there. I heard the music was pretty good. There was like Contra Go-Go and a flock of seagulls. I guess, but there was an element of being in the 80s that you guys aren't getting. You kids today, what won't get off my lawn? Like, the reality that... Well, I don't know if it was a reality, but it was certainly a possibility. It was like every day, all day, there was the general assumption that we were just simply 30 seconds from a full nuclear war. Ergo Red Dawn. So, you have to have... You know, people now are afraid of things that are just somewhat laughable. I don't mean to denigrate necessarily. I'm not even talking phobias. I'm talking like people have this weird alacrity toward fear at this point. It's like they're proud of being afraid of things. It proves that they're woke or, you know, whatever. But it's everyone's afraid of these abstract non-entity. I mean, nuclear war isn't particularly an entity, but it is a more visceral probability. You can see how it's going to just happen. It's going to be done. It's not a natural event. No one was in the 80s terribly concerned about like global warming. If anything, they were starting to be concerned about the ozone layer. They started banning hairspray, which put an end to half the bans that were going on at the time, I suppose. You don't hear from like Steve Piercy anymore. I don't know. There's just when Romero did Zombies in 1968, it was metaphorical, you know, allegorical. It was I mean, his argument was the enemy is the neighbors. Not any, not even animosity, but just the fact that they exist and just exist at you and they're constantly, you know, bugging you. That was his concept for zombies, ghouls, whatever he called them. It was, and then, you know, by the 80s, and by that point he was doing, like, Day of the Dead, which I would say was the best of the three. I mean, we could talk about Land of the Dead, and then that smattering of whatever the hell he did after that, this century, and it started looking like he was just trying to get back in business. I mean, he was really good at what he did, but he probably could have just let it go. You know, when he was done, he told his story. There was Land of the Dead, I get, was what Day of the Dead was kind of supposed to be, but they cut the budget in half, and it wasn't going to happen. I get that. It doesn't make it very good, but I do get what he was going for. I'm just murdering kids, don't mind me. Yeah, the problem is, in a way, the bottom fell out of the metaphor. It stopped particularly mattering that... Because by the time we got to, like, Mad Max, which I think was probably about the same time as Dawn of the Dead, you know, what everyone was looking... And you really see this in Night of the Comet. Everyone was looking for... It wasn't that there were zombies. Zombies were a mechanism. Zombies were a... Not a weapon, but a means to an end. Which was what I'm doing here, which is let's just get rid of everyone. Let's stop. And which was what Romero was going for, you know, even in 1968. That was his original... So far as I understand it, that was his original concept, you didn't see it in Night of the Living Dead too much. You saw it more in Dawn of the Dead. There was a certain peaceful apocalypse. It wasn't peaceful if people were eating each other, but once you didn't get eaten, once you were somewhere that nothing, it was just almost boring sitting around, you know, just shopping in the same mall. For, you know, not even shopping, just going and pilfering, whatever the hell you want. Which is great. I mean, who doesn't want that? Night of the Comet, absolutely. It was just the quintessence of the concept. It was, you know, hey, everyone... It wasn't even about zombies. There were zombies in it. But, you know, 99.x% of the population died out overnight, became calcium dust, went away. Leaving a few, you know, small fraction of... Well, probably a large fraction, relatively. I mean, the next day, the majority of people would have been more or less zombified by the event, but... you know, granting that by the end there were 5 known survivors, including, you know, DMK. Spoiler alert. I don't know what to expect from a remake there. I mean, this guy I know, Johnny Johnson, seriously. He remade Plan 9 a few years ago. And he played it... To the extent that Ed Wood wanted it to be a serious film, I don't know what Ed Wood was thinking. Johnson has gone the other ways, but so watch it. It's entertaining. You know, he put in, you know, there's CG in it, so I mean, it's not good. Which I'm sure he'd be the first to agree. I can't imagine. He's gonna hold that against me. As far as I know, he's now talking about remaking... Oh, what the hell was it? It was a good idea, whatever it was. Damn. It was a marginally... There's no real good idea in remakes, and it was Carpenter doing The Thing was as close as we ever get to a good idea. Oh, damn it, I'm going to have to look that up now. He just mentioned it the other day. It was a neat idea. It was a well-known film. I don't know. I can't remember now. But it was similar enough to Plan 9 that it made sense. What the hell was it? It wasn't like The Crazies. It wasn't Chud. Although Chud being remade might actually be interesting. Anyway, my larger point. I don't quite buy how you're... Well, you'd have to show me what you intend to do remaking something like Night of the Comet. It'd be like remaking... I don't care, pick one. Now I can't think of any. I was going to say like remaking Ferris Bueller, but that doesn't make any sense. You could remake. I'm sure it has been remade without using the name. Remaking war games comes to mind. That wouldn't shock me. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but we just did Chernobyl on HBO, and everyone's all interested in that. I don't know if you'd remake war games as like it's in 1983 and this is what happened, or if you'd set it in 2021 or whatever, and whenever it got made. At least now the computers are getting to the point you could almost understand that instead of just putting dog noses on everything, the computer freaked out and, you know, Skynetted, basically. Now, what the hell was he gonna? I don't know. But yeah, there's between just the pussified rating system, if you can even call it that, it's just at this point it's a badge of honor. It's like, hey, we got PG-13. That means everyone, because no one cares. 4-year-olds walk into PG-13. It's not like it's not a law. I don't think it's ever been a law. I mean, you know, you're supposed to be R to get into, or 17 to get into R, but you can walk in with a parent or something. NC-17 is about as weird as it gets. You're not. This is my kid. Nope, can't. But why? What if I go get on it? What if I stream this later? I mean, what are you gonna do? Call a cop. The third PG-13 film I saw was the next year, just one of the guys. That was, I don't know why I saw it, I just did. So there, A Story by Me. It was a goofy film too. That would be one that would be weird to remake right now, I think. It would be about, you know, transvestites in general, and I don't know, I'm not sure what your overall audience reaction would be to something like that. Alright, so I don't have any villagers. That's what we wanted. I don't have much of a sword. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. It's now half an hour into this almost. I've been doing these for like an hour, right? Or is it half an hour? Seems like I kicked up the timing. The runtime. Damn, I don't remember. Well, since all I really did here was mention that, you know, you shouldn't remake films, I could probably get out here and work on getting these two. I think I'm just going to put them in the village, which means I'm going to need, I don't know where to look for anything. I might have some handy, I'm not sure. None there. I probably should have thought of this in advance. No. I don't know why I would have any, that's my question. I'm going to have to make something. I have a lot of stuff, but not what I'm looking for. Apparently. I don't have what I need. Okay, fine. Can I have that back? Give me that. Oh man, that's a lot of bread. While I'm thinking about it, just go ahead and put most of the bread in there. I'll figure it out. Could use some iron, I suppose. Use some, I just saw redstone somewhere. Oh, I've lost track of just everything. It's all a mess. I gotta do something about this sometime. Where did I see redstone that I can't find it now? I probably have some over here. Is there any wood handy in here? Yeah, I think this was all full, wasn't it? Yeah, that'll work. And then, some redstone, and we'll get some, pistons put together. Oh, I didn't check the hoppers in that hole. There's probably pistons in the hoppers. I'm just trying, why did I need pistons? Did I ever make any? Maybe. I don't know. I only need, I guess, probably one. I just put in 3 scaffolds to get out, so that's 3. Possibly 4 if you count the floor. I'm not sure. I need to. I'll just make some of these. All right. So I need. Oh, yes. I started up the map. Let's. This is going to get full in a hurry. What can you do for me about 2? Why 2? too much at this point if there's a bed on the ground. Oh, I ran out of wood. Yeah, that makes sense. Make, yeah, 3 more of those. And get my bed back. And then, just nuts. Put that away, and I'll put the the logs back where I found them. And figure out something to do with pistons here. Please get up. I don't necessarily, I suppose, even need to do this. I could almost just, like, oh, that's interesting. Just let them out and let them wander, and they might find their way in. I don't know. I'm going to assume that won't work, so let's do this real quick. I think if I need something. I'll get it. It's fine. I can't use really scaffolds here. I think I'll use this stuff. I assume this will work. Oh, and we're here. I guess that's all. I don't even need this one. Yeah, I do. But I don't know. Yeah, I do. Great. Brilliant. Okay, whatever. I'll go find something to use. I know where some wood just went. I probably need some more. I can get those from down there though. What did I do with? Oh. Well, I could use that, honestly. Where the hell did it go? Why? It's all trickling down somewhere, and I can't figure out where the hell something is. I'm going to need that, and I'm going to need wood or sticks. And where I just threw wood in here, though. I threw it in there. Oh, there it is. That'll get me some sticks and some leather. And you don't need to be here. We'll grab this. I think probably I can just once I have this here. Oh, I didn't need this. It doesn't hurt anything. Whatever. Let me make a few of these just to make this simpler. And I assume. Oh, that's going to trigger them both, isn't it? That's interesting. That doesn't help me very much. What if I put one right here? Well, it's not going to help with the one. Well, no, it won't matter at that point. So then if one's here, but that one won't count. And then that one won't count. I think that'll work. I could be wrong. Let's go find out. Get farmer guy in there. Hi, been a while, huh? Just boat my way over here. Okay, this. If I just hit that, what happens to us? I can't just hit it, and I don't know where. There it is. But now damn. I didn't really leave my. If I do this, am I gonna fall? Let out. Get out. Oh, hi. What the hell was that? Can I even reach that? This is a bit difficult. If I... Oh, that won't help because then it'll let me out. I was thinking I hit this one, but it would just lift this one too, and that's where it doesn't belong, in fact. So there we go. Let's just put you in here, assuming I can get you down somehow. Alright, good news. You live here. Be happy with that. Give me that. About that, and your instant... Well, no, I don't know if he was ever locked up, honestly. Okay, let's go. I know this other guy is. I looked at him. Shut down all of the... That one... Is it really kind of off? That one must already be off. Cool, let's get the other guy. If I left myself room to get him out. Alright, what else is there to mention? I don't know. How do you remake Night of the Comet? I mean, just conceptually, easy. Why not? No, I mean, it wasn't a new idea when they did it the first time. It was arguably a remake of, you know, just any of assorted 1950s radiation makes stuff happen, except in this case it was a comet, which wasn't explained very well. Particularly if you know anything about it. You know, the argument that, well, the last time this comet showed up was 65 million years ago, and it coincided with the extinction of the dinosaurs. Well, A, not really. It coincided with an extinction, but it was like, you know, there had been others. Oh, bye-bye. I don't know what just happened. Something very stupid, evidently. Where does that leave... How did I fall? Wasn't I in the... Okay, hang on a minute. I'm confused, and I don't know what's going to happen to him, because if that happened to me, it could be bad. In that case, we have a problem, because then I have to, you know, cure a zombie into being a villager. Alright, so first question, you're locked. Sorry. Second question, I hit you, so you're probably angry at me now. Stop running away. Okay, you know you have that stuff, right? Because you're like that. Is he gonna go clock in and be cool? It might not be the right time. Yeah, he missed it. It was gonna be tomorrow. Let me go ahead and get you guys started on your thing. Just take this for now, and we'll... You don't want it? You do want it. Okay. I'm gonna go dismantle all of the way I got you in here. Can I just reach it all? Well, if not, we're gonna have a thing. I would imagine if they're gonna remake Comet, it's gonna be just the vague concept that a comet flew by and turned people into zombies. And I'm sure it will be zombies this time. It won't just be, you know, people that got exposed a bit and went cannibalistic. I mean, at that point, it's just basically DEFCON 4, which is cool. Also something of a silly film, but at least I think they tried is what happened there. Yeah, some way you have a weird overlap, and I think that point is one of the Resident Evil films, where zombies and Road Warrior kind of converge and become the same basic concept. Is that a kid I hear? Perhaps. Where? Yeah, it is. How are you? How are we feeling? You're still mad at me, or not mad at me, but locked up. You're good. You're a cat, but he... Morty just jumped on my desk, so thanks for that, cat. Oh wow, you had carrots after all this time? I mean, good, but that's fascinating. I didn't really expect you to have this. I'm gonna go... I'll just go to this. I know where these are all... Well, do I? Or is any of this... I don't think anything is going to be filtered into anywhere else. Just jam whatever into here, and have that for... Why do I have... Oh, because I broke through the... I probably should do that, actually. I forgot all about it. Let's tear out all this stuff. Is this, Those are glass blocks, doesn't really matter, I might as well keep them. Can I get 2 more without any damage? Nope. Damaged my axe. Oh well. And then nighttime approaches and they'll, sleep and wake up and clock in, and then my librarian should be all cool. What's neat about him was before 1.14, he just only wanted 24 paper for money. And now that's default, which I kind of like. I'm still getting used to the new system. I really just found out recently. We were playing Ocean Block, and I just kind of discovered that they no longer breed because you trade with them. I looked it up. It's just gone. No one mentioned that. Not to me. I didn't see anyone. I haven't seen anyone complain about it. So I guess everyone's used to just giving them food or letting them do their own farming now. Which, you know, is okay. But it's bizarre to me. That, I'm trying to think. It used to be... I'm trying to remember what it used to be. It was like... Trading absolutely instigated breeding. I have no doubt that that was true. I'm trying to think which came first. Was it trading did breeding or feeding did breeding? Or neither. It seems like at some point they just sort of did it or couldn't do it at all. I don't know. There's been so many changes to the game over the years. Over this last decade, really, is what I'm saying. That it's hard to keep track of what's supposed to be normal, you know? And we're back to the normalcy issue. Not really. No one was out there with signs protesting for certificate rights, and if they did, they wouldn't have any sparkles. That's from Kev Smith. Don't ask. You guys are doing your thing, I assume. Right? Like, there's still carrots, by the way. You can have these if you want. Did you clock in as a date? Still waiting, apparently. I would really, really like to see him clock in. I don't want him to be broken forever. Arguably, it wouldn't matter. We'll get more of these. But, still. What is that? Oh, you had, like, mending, right? That's why I kept you. Yeah. You were 24 and you had mending. That was cool. So what are you going to do? Here's your check. Look, office, clock in. What am I paying you for? I'm not. You're paying me. I give you paper. Except I can't because you're broken. Are you making a knocky noise? Anything? Nope, nothing yet. Paige Russell's. I bet that was a hint. Yeah, good, cool. Alright, lovely. I don't have any paper for you. But it's good to know that it's a thing. I'm going to let these guys do their thing for a bit, probably throw around food and not get it back, because I forget about it. Go get my tools a bit rebuilt, maybe. Which I memory served. There's a lot of stupid stuff on this map, and this is all fairly new. It's somewhat, you know, I don't even care. It's just a bit remarkable how a lot of this is stuff I built this year, and it's not that I've learned so much since then, although I guess I'm always noticing that I found a new way to do a fishery. I'm trying to think who it was. It was in the, he didn't even mention it. Someone did a video of an LP. I was looking up something about villager mechanics, I think. And my fishery there is no longer the best way to do it. I don't know if it was ever the best way, but the new one is actually, the hardest thing about it is you have to cook rocks because you need a smooth stone slab in order to make an armor stand. I could probably build one. Let me just go do it. Here, I'll show you a neat trick if you want a fishery that no redstone, no string, because it doesn't take string, but you'll want a fishing rod to make it happen. Do I I have... Well, it doesn't matter because I would have to do it twice. Is there anything in here to cook with? I just had bamboo. I can go get more. There's bamboo everywhere at this point. It's probably not enough, in fact, but if I just stand here for a sec, I could, like, rethink this, for example, but I'll just grab all that. Gonna need sticks, which I think I just had recently, some wood. And that's an armor stand, and also I might actually need more wood. Everything about it is basically wood. Unless I have, do I have any fence posts that I just threw somewhere? Oh, there's redstone, I was looking for that. I might have I wouldn't be surprised if I still had some. I have a gate. I need a fence post. Possibly, can I do, I'll try it, I haven't tried this. I don't see why it couldn't be an iron bar. It's not the important element. Alright, so go over here, cook the rocks I just had. Where are we on time? 46. Seems like I'm doing these an hour long now. If not, this one will be the weird one. I'll figure it out later. Basically just, I'm gonna need something, just some kind of... I don't really care, that's fine. It's really just to show off what I'm talking about. You basically just want a spot for water to go into. So right there. Oh, actually that's a bad idea. I need, well, it's not a, it'll work, but it's not what I want. No, that's still bad. Because I'm in normal boxes. Alright, there, so let's just do that. Go find, do I have any room? Nope. Go find a, this bread is just bugging me at this point. Ditch the bread, I'll get it back when I need it, which isn't yet. Give me a, I'm sure there's at least, yeah, I need one of those. Which is technically enough, I wouldn't hate having a box here to prove something. There we go. So, here's what you do. Go. Yeah, do I have a fishing rod? That would be really neat. Okay. So, you know, day 0. Night 0, first night. Say you kill a spider, get a couple of strings. You can take, I'm trying to think what I need. I need a, what happened to, oh, because I died again. I need one of these. I need, yeah, why not? That's fine. Actually, I need more than that, but no. I'm not, okay, whatever you say. Just give me this, because I don't care. Is it, I think it's 4 of these to 2 of those for a post. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. You know what, whatever, give me this, get out. Are we done here? Get that in there, I don't care. Make this. Make. Can I do an armor stand? Do I know how? Yeah, because that's important to this. Don't really need this. Armor stand goes into this spot here. And then you have these to catch things, which just kind of go right here. Then the, all of these are technically optional, but if, I mean, first night, I don't know how much iron you'll have. The larger point is, it just needs to be a block, and then that goes on top. This goes here, and then you just saturate that with water, which runs into there. That's why that's lower. And here's the cool part. You just take your fishing rod. No, just do it. stand here. So with this, you wanted to stand here and line up with that, and then clack, clack, clack forever, which is really loud. With this, it's kind of similar. You set it up, and you want it to, the plate's gone down. Let me, just because I can, pull the transceiver so I can let go of the mouse. And it'll just, no noise. You know, when it's uncovered, that's helpful. So you can always put a roof over you, but not over the water. That's all it takes, apparently. And when it catches a fish, the plate pops up, and then the fishing rod decides to recast the line because it's looking at a block, but while it's focused on the armor stand. Why did I even make... I was going to do this with the iron. I completely forgot. It doesn't matter. It might work with iron. I haven't tried it. Still. Soda. But yeah, so there's that. On the... it's going to take forever to rebuild my stuff fishing right now. Let me... You know, I just had boats. Do I still have one, or did I throw them away? I might save some time here. Please don't suck. Please don't... Why won't you get in the boat? There may still be some flaws. Yeah, 113... I'm not even sure what 113 is... Or 113. Welcome to 2018. 114.3 is what I'm thinking of. I'm not sure what changes are going to be made exactly. I'm not sure what the update's for. They're throwing them out so quickly at this point, which is good. Do I not have a lift? I thought I had a lift. Did I not? I didn't rebuild it. Well, I guess we're walking down the stairs forever. Slimes would be a source of something. Yeah, that figures. Oh, if I can do this without hitting the floor and breaking stuff. I didn't. There's a fairly obvious downside to having a really good tool. And I do this without getting attacked while I'm busy. And then that just leaves the sword because that's really down a bit. 1334. I really thought I rebuilt it. I guess I didn't. Oh yeah, this has been a little while. Probably rethink how this thing works a bit too. There's already a zombie. Anyway, if I just do this, I'm going to put a torch on the glass. Apparently, that's neat. Let's see, this should be unbreaking, which is what got us this far. Otherwise, I would have used it more. I'm like halfway up. Yeah, I don't care. Just die. I would have probably been faster just going after the damn slimes. Maybe I should just... It doesn't matter. I just thought I would... Oh, there's nothing here. Yeah, I remember now. It's been a while since I was on this map. After being on the map as it was for so long, but I had to basically trash it and start over because there was so much corrupted about it. Let's go have a look at the villa. I'll fix the sword later. I'll probably go up to where I've got a creeper factory and just use that. Once it gets moving, it's pretty fast. I just thought with the spawner there I might do better. But apparently, first I had to walk here forever. Now I have to walk back forever. Let's go see how our villagers... Is it night? It is. Can I just do this, or are you going to get weird about it with those slimes? No. Which, you know, again, I could probably just attack slimes. But that's what they're here for. Actually, they're here because they just happen to exist. It's not really designed. somewhat long term. It's part of building the damned house. I want to carpet everything in and just not have things with the lights. It's pretty safe, but the slimes still exist, and they're really largely a nuisance, is what they are. It's just annoying. But see how many kids these guys will start. Well, I don't know if I want to just super feed them right now, power feed them, because I really am, and this would be a reason not to worry about building up my tools right now. I'd like to replace a lot of these composters with just anything the hell else. I got looms here, right? So we have shepherds. You have a kid. You have all this food. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you breeding? And you're not mad at me though, right? No one's mad at me. Kid hasn't grown up. The kid should grow up in the next 2 minutes or so. Oh, there's another kid. So I guess they are still at it. I wouldn't hate seeing what happens. I assume, statistically, it'll likely become a farmer. I want to see if it's mad at me because I just murdered the planet. What are these? Okay, what are they? Oh, yeah, those are good. Because Fletchers are good with sticks and feathers. I love that we can just... All this junk that you necessarily end up with just countless stacks of, and it's like, what am I going to do with it? I mean, they have purpose. You can make arrows or whatever out of feathers. You can make anything out of sticks. Well, not anything, but a lot of things. But if you can just... It's not even really about the money. It's just it just seems so stupid to throw stuff away. I'd rather walk in here with a big pocket full of sticks and feathers and whatever. It's like, here, just you take them. Maybe they'll be useful if you have them. That'll be great. It's like a commune. Here's my junk. Make something out of it. These are what exactly? Those are cartography tables. Those are more composters. Well, the whole thing here is just laid out badly, but whatever. It's like I made a bunch and then just put them in wherever I thought they should go. I could probably replace things some, like... Well, there's basically 8 walls and way more than 8 villagers. So, 8 types of villagers. So, like one of these and pick one. I guess that wall is unmolested. Probably. If I left these in place and had that many farmers, I think it's like 41. Or is it 31? It's something, I think it's 31. Yeah, because about 5 would get me to 40. Yeah. Hi. Grow up. Or someone grow up. I don't care who anymore. I would just like to see you get a job and find out what your prices are. Because I don't want everyone mad at me for, like, no reason. Oh, there wasn't no reason. It was, when I built this initially the way I usually did villages, don't anymore. And, when I replaced everything with glass so they wouldn't have iron guys spawning in here. That's one, I'll get to that. A lot of them just fell to their death down there. It couldn't be helped. It wasn't me, they just did it. 114.3, as I understand it, changes the dynamics on iron production. So, like, if these guys are threatened, if there's a zombie or something nearby, they're more likely to make iron guys happen. Which is good, I guess. But if they're just calm like I have them, the iron production is likely to decrease a bit. Right now it's at 0 because we don't have any villagers, but we have 4. Now we have 3.5 is what we have. What do you like? Okay, good. I'm just tired of being yelled at for no reason. So, that's handled. I'm gonna contemplate. I'm gonna figure out where. I'm gonna replace a lot of the composter mulchers with other things. Get some, like, what are they called? Brewing stands in here, so we get clerics. They're useful for meat. You can unload meat. You can unload gold, but I don't have any gold production right now. There's all sorts of villagers, and we just don't have them because everyone's a farmer. But I'll make that a different fact, and an alternative fact. How's that sound? I have a staircase for that's about as good as I should probably build something. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. I really like the design I did here, where it's harder to build and it's a little harder to work with. Like, if you're looking at it, well, cheaper this way. It's a little harder to see what exactly you have stocked up. It's better than just having stacked boxes and hoppers going all the way down the back, and then once one's full, it's like that forever. So, but here, if you have... What? Cat's bugging me, I don't know why. Yeah, it's a little harder to see what's... You know, you have to... You know it all ends up where it's going to be, but... yeah, apart from that. The other thing is, lately I've been doing more, with the... What the hell do you want? Did you... Okay, good for you. A cat wants something. Oh, I've been doing this, going out one more, and the, actual thingies, well, squids are a terrible example. Allow this to go to 64, have something in here, the other 4 slots that won't ever be in the system, it's important. Then it cannot possibly break. I've been testing it in that Skyblock one, and it's broken in the sense that I've got all this extra stuff flying over to the junk box, but it's not breaking the existing bits. Anyway, one way or the other, I suppose we're out of time. I'll work on the village and get that. It should be populated next time. That guy looks like I think that blinking in and out that the farmer down there is doing is also being fixed. It might just be a distance thing, though. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'll figure it out. Or I don't care. It'll just get fixed one day. I'll get the village populated and stuff, and I'll just see you next time. So, bye.